Hello everyone. So today I'll be talking about things that bother me. Things that bother me, the first point is the lack of proactiveness and initiative, specifically in the workforce. So I worked in a summer camp this year and I worked with kids, and this was my first time working in a summer camp. And I was a person that everyone relied on. I worked on lesson planning and schedules for this summer camp. The kids always came to me with issues. I dealt with kids that had a lot of behavioral hiccups. I don't want to say behavioral issues, but behavioral hiccups. And I always was the one dealing with, more difficult kids. And I was just somebody that always took the initiative, always took the lead. And even the lead did not lead, which was another issue. But even though I was a strong player, I also need a reciprocation of that. Like, I also need people who are going to help me. And I saw a lot of, a lack of proactiveness and initiative with my coworkers and counselors, and it just wasn't fair, and it was frustrating. Because if I left a room, the room would be in utter chaos because no one wanted to lead. No one knew how to talk to the kids. And the kids, 5 to 7-year-olds, did not respect them, which is such an issue if 5 to 7-year-olds can't respect you. And it was just hard, and it was stressful and overwhelming because I didn't want to take my breaks then, because if I left the room, I knew the condition that it was going to be in. So I didn't. And then it led to a ton of burnout by the end of summer camp in the last weeks, and it led to me crying to my mom. It led to me having breakdowns and crying because things just did not go right, and I was just over all the things I saw and just over my coworkers not helping me. The second point that bothers me is laziness. I would see a lot of counselors just on their phone, like on the bleachers, in the gym, going on TikTok and Instagram and not watching the kids at all. And that's horrible and negligent because counselors know that's the number one place kids get injured, and there's always some incident in the gym. And I'm only one person. If I'm the only person on the gym floor, I can't catch everything. I need another pair of eyes. And if you can't even do that decent thing and that one thing in your job, that's an issue. And it was just hard. It was just so hard, and it was just so irresponsible of people to just not do their job. And another thing that also irritated me, that's with laziness, was I have a very small voice. I can sometimes project, sometimes I can't, sometimes it's squeaky. I have a pretty high voice. I'm a pretty small person too. I'm 4'10", 5'11". So me trying to get kids' attention sometimes when it's 5 to 7-year-olds, they can be very loud and they can be very excited and have high energy. So when I'm trying to get the kids, attention, and you are just standing there without a care in the world, just staring off like a zombie, I need help. You can tell the kids, hey, Miss Marissa's talking, because I know that you have a better voice than I do. You can say, Marissa's talking. Miss Marissa's talking, listen to her, let's get ready to transition, let's clean up, and not just watching kids line up and not clean up when you see the room and it's in horrible disaster. You can just do that one thing and help me, and not be lazy, and just not be a body. You can also, lead. So, even though there was a lot of ups and downs in my summer camp, I'm thankful for the experience that I had. I'm thankful for everything because I feel like next year, thankfully, I'm manifesting I can be lead for 5 to 7s, and I can apply what I've learned into the classroom. I can get the kids ready. I can get the kids trained to, clean up and do basic stuff that the lead did not do this year. And I've learned how to communicate better with my coworkers, and I feel like that was another major issue, is just not communicating, and I've learned to communicate because of my experience this year. And I also love my job. I love working with kids, but this year was difficult, and next year will be better. Thank you for listening.